kids right now. And as I said, it's making me think how I should raise my child if I ever have one. So I've decided that I'm going to raise my child just like my father raised me. Fucking elsewhere. And totally shit-faced. Or, I was watching TV during the day this week and I realized this. What if I was to send my child to a third world country? That way I only had to pay like $1 a day to feed him. Because I remember being a kid, and I can guarantee you it was in the thousands of dollars I was charging them. I could eat. I played 3 sports at once because they were like, do something else besides drugs. And I was like, all right. And 3 sports, as anyone knows, requires eating all the food. Didn't stop me from doing drugs, though. Athletes love drugs. Just if you guys are having kids, know that. The football team, the hockey team, the tennis team, they're all big cokeheads. Everyone says that Africa has the worst of everything, but I disagree because I believe that Africa certainly has the best child soldiers. I like the oh man one. Whoever said that, I just blew his mind. But I dare you to find a better child soldier. Those kids are all hopped up on brown and shit. Like, they're good. Colombian children do not know, like, how good they are. That's the side of African National Geographic never showed you up until recently, is that it's all a bunch of kids hopped up on brown. So I guess what I'm saying is, if anyone has a bullet, I got coke. Let's do this shit. I hear you can hear your heartbeat, but like everybody else around you too can. I'm gonna do that joke, and one day someone will have a bullet, and I finally will have cocaine. And our powers combined, we will become crackheads. My friend posted on Facebook that she got a blue belt, which means something in her karate world. And it means something in other people's as well. My cousin was a big karate guy, and I never understood why it was so special, because he was bragging because he got a black belt at an early age. It was all like, I could beat you up. So I got a stick and I hit him real hard with it. Needless to say, I won. But I don't put much stock into it. I listen to a lot of old country music. Like Highwaymen and earlier. It's what my grandpa listened to. It's what I listen to. Me and you, man, we get it. The Highwaymen don't get what we just did, but whatever. I forced my girlfriend to listen to it, and she hates it. And I feel like from now on, I gotta prep her. Like, listen, darling, when this music was written, it was a different time. Wyoming was full of possibilities back then. It was the first state to let women vote. Once again, the women who would have liked that don't understand what we just did. Very racist group of people. Very racist group of people. Well, that's America, you know. Do you guys want a dirty joke or a fun fact for me to end this nonsense on?
Dirty.
All right. I don't know if I can combine it, but it's a dark fact. The doorbell was invented in 1851, but back then it was just a black man who screamed, "People are here." Thank you guys very much. I've been Roger.
Roger Northwest, everybody. Roger Northwest. Right on, man. So, hey, our next comic was one of the original comics in Denver, helped start the Denver comedy scene, helped build Comedy Works back in 1979. He's toured all over the world. doing comedy. Please get up for Vince Kern, everybody. Vince Kern.
Thank you so much. You guys, let's hear it for Wade Cedar. Come on. One of our scandal Hoovian friends from the great white north and whatever that place up there, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know how they say, you know, Florida's like America's dick, the way it hangs down, and that's what Scandinavia is really for you know, Asia. It's just a big, huge, and a much bigger dick than Florida. It really is a huge dick. I want to say hi to you guys over here, because I know you can't see. The stage is kind of set back in this corner here. And I told these folks already they had the best view because Leaf is really fucking ugly. And by golly, I'm not going to break that tradition. Here's a toast, you guys. I'm Irish, so this is a toast. This toast is based on an old Irish prayer. May the road rise up to meet your face. That's the way the Irishmen do it. I'm surprised the Irish have teeth, you know, because through genetics, you know, between fighting and falling, fuck, we shouldn't have any teeth at all. Oh, the other half of the Irish toast. Here it is. May you be in heaven a half an hour before Visa knows you're dead. That's the one I love. Here's an original. I wrote this one myself. Here's to love and happiness. May someday they occur together. It could happen. It's possible. Nice to be up here in beautiful Rhino. Well, you know, I've been in Denver for a long bloody time, man. 20 years ago, you didn't come up to Rhino unless you're trying to score some heroin. And it's true, isn't it? And now, apparently, it's anti-Trump land because there's a fucking taco truck everywhere up here. There's a whole lot full of taco trucks right across the street. Man, I'm in taco truck heaven. And I'm one of those people, you know, I can eat absolutely anything I want. And this is what happens. So it's just a cautionary tale. Now, Jake's is actually a really nice place. I mean, it's kind of classy and clean and everything else. It's kind of funny in this neighborhood. But anyway, have you ever been to some of those drinking bars down on Colfax? Those really shitty little drinking bars? You know what I'm talking about? The ones that are only about as wide as the front door. The ones when you go up to the front door, you're kind of like... First thing you do is you go in and you order a shot of Everclear, you know, that's just to wash your hands. The first places are disgusting, and they're always exactly the same, just dark and just long, dusty, and the room is still full of smoke, even though you haven't been able to smoke in a bar for 20 years. In the back, there's a door that says men. And you go through it, and you're in the alley. I swear to God, you go into one of these bars, and there's always that one guy just sitting there in that stool at the bar. I swear to God, he looks like he grew out of it like a mushroom. He's just there, he's all huddled up, he's just all hunched over and kind of gross and gray, you know, and he's got the beer and the shot, and he's just sitting there and he never moves. He just, you know, until the end of the night, he's there when they open the doors at 10 o'clock, and he's there at the end of the night after the last call, and they have to throw him out through the men's room. And I mean, what a freaking fucking loser this motherfucker is. I used to see him every single night. Well, then I found out, you know, there's a beer behind the bar. So I did quit drinking. That's just cranberry juice right there. Well, I had to, because I'm a big drunk. You too? Really? for you, my friend. Yes, indeed. That's great. I mean, it's a good thing because I was not a really particularly good drunk. I'd get really depressed and shit, you know. I'd come home. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna kill myself, you know. And then one day I decided I was gonna cut my wrist. So I got my razor out and I was like, you can't kill yourself. Just gave me a really bad derm abrasion. Itched like hell, made me even more depressed. So then I decided I was going to try to, hang myself, which is just not as easy as it sounds. I mean, I forgot how that joke goes. It's damn funny though. Trust me about it. I can't remember how it goes. No, I was going to say I tried to hang myself and I accidentally came. So, all of a sudden, not quite so depressed for a few minutes. The problem with that is now I gotta, hang myself like 6 times a week. Always got at Big Lots buying belts. Well, they're cheap down there. I've been driving around town. Have you seen the creationist billboards that they have? We'll tell you the truth. God made everything. There was no goddamn evolution or science. I read the Bible. It didn't say, in the beginning there was God. And the first thing he did was created a stenographer to write all this shit down while he was doing it. Which wouldn't have helped. I mean, the stenographer can't work in the dark. Fuck, I wish there was light. All right, let there be fucking light, bitch. Whiny bitch. Happy now, bitch. And of course, God's stenographer, obviously wrote in American English because America's God's country. But I just want to, I'm starting to get, I'm middle-aged, which means I intend to live to be 130. I am so old right now, I get invited to as many weddings as I do, funerals as I do to weddings. It's funny. You always get these invitations, want to come to a wedding? Hey, there's a funeral. Frankly, I would rather go to a funeral. I really would, because, if you go to a funeral, at least you know they're going to stay dead. You have to give them a receipt. Last funeral I went to, I caught the bouquet. Yeah, got time to get out of here. But I do want to tell you guys, because I had to go to a funeral. If you have a loved one that you haven't seen for a long time, please go find them, talk to them, kiss them, love them, hug them, do whatever you have to, because when they're gone, it's too late. My father died recently, and I never knew the guy. I didn't know my father because he worked so much. I really never knew the guy. And he died from Alzheimer's. It was really kind of sad. And I found out after he died all this cool shit about him. Like, for example, he was the orthopedic surgeon for the Air Force Academy when it was at Lowry Air Force Base. Yeah, he was a big dick, man, I'll tell you what. And after he died, my brothers and I were trying to go by his wishes. So I remember at one point in time my dad saying he wanted to be spread all over his favorite golf course. And we thought, well, that's kind of nice. So we went to the golf course, we got permission, and then my brothers and I had to go to this rental place and rent a chipper because my dad also didn't want to be cremated. And that was a nice funeral. We had a lot of little woodland creatures that day. but just say hi to the people you love. All right, I'll see you later, guys. Have a Vince. Peace. Oh yeah, and don't drop mics, man. These fucking things are expensive. Don't hurt them.
Vince Kern, everybody. Vince Kern. Our next comic. You guys ready for your next comic? Is is a very hard-working, up-and-coming comic around the Denver scene. He has his own show at the Chain Reaction Brewery. Please get up for Steve Vanderplug, everybody. Steve Vanderplug.
All right, hello. I just came down the street. I snuck into Riot Fest. Yeah, it's sneaking into Riot Fest when you're 28 years old. It's a lot like sneaking out of your parents' basement when you're 27 years old. Pretty cool. I'm gonna start you guys out with an impression. This is my impression of a high school geometry teacher who is in denial of being addicted to cocaine. No, man. Technically, it's just a light segment. They get it. I know that it's like a bad thing. You don't really like. We're all kind of strangers. We'll be friends by the end of this. But I know that it's not a good idea to start off meeting somebody by talking about politics. But I am an entertainer and a performer and an American, and I think that it's my duty to talk about change. That change specifically being that Pat Sajak is still the host of Wheel of Fortune. This motherfucker has been hosting the Wheel of... It's America's game when we just keep letting this bronze-faced goblin into all of our living rooms. Every single night. And the thing, like, he just phones it in all the time. He doesn't even care. We all know that he can be replaced by a robot. Him and Vanna both. We could just have a robot host and we'd be cool with that. It's 2016. Not just this fucking skag that's slowly melting into the Wheel of Fortune. And the thing is that he hates his job because, you know he hates his job. He's a member of the 1%. Giving away tens and thousands of dollars to people playing a game of Hangman. Of course he fucking hates his job. Of course he does. And it's like, dude, just let Vanna talk, dude. Just let her talk, and he won't. You know why? Because if she did, she would probably talk shit about Pat Sajak. You just have to look into her plastic eyes and you can tell that she hates him as well. She can't stand the dude, and he doesn't even like the people on there. I saw a dude on there, he had an eye patch and Pat Sajak wouldn't even look him in the eye.